forgive my voice. It's still gurgly. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I did have COVID, guys. I don't believe I have COVID anymore. But no, it's just more like a sinus, head cold. And so I think that's why I sound so crazy. But my voice comes and goes for right now. Let's just deal with it. Here is your Sunday reading for my beautiful Libras. I am cleansing the air, the energy with Palo Santo. Okay, holy. This is just a holy stick is pretty much. Palo is tree, holy tree. And that's what I'm cleansing with, okay? And I thank you so much for joining me here today. You got this, Libra. That's what Spirit wants you to know. You've got this. For whoever it is that needs to hear that today, take the risk is our motivational for today. Take the risk and you've got this. So, for whatever reason, Spirit wants you guys to know that today. I feel like there's times when we feel overwhelmed, right? Or we feel like I was cleansing my chest because like I said, I forgot I had it in there. Like I said, I'm trying to cleanse my energy from this leftover, whatever it is. And sometimes we feel like we can't go on or we don't have the energy or strength to keep going. But the truth is, God says you do have it. And so today we're going to keep going. You've got this, Libra. Whoever comes across this energy or this reading today, this is your reading, accepted with a blessing. Take the risk. Why does it say that, guys? It says that because some of you are trying to make decisions, weighing out the pros and the cons from the decisions that you're trying to make. And possibly right now, you're not wanting to make the decision in the wrong way, meaning you don't want to make the wrong choice. So because of that, guys, God is saying take the risk. The risk is worth taking, so take the risk. I love you guys and I hope you accept it. Again, accepting everything with a blessing. Hi to whoever logged on. Thank you so much for joining. Please do consider giving a thumbs up, liking, subscribing. Please, I have my last 30 to hit 5,000. For some reason, I don't know if it's YouTube or nobody wants to join, but it costs you absolutely nothing. I'm here weekly for you to give you that gasoline to keep going for the next week. Today's prayer, guys, that's what we're doing now. Today's prayer. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. Don't ask me. This is what I pulled today. It says 1 Peter, okay? 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. So that's what God wants you to know is love covers a multitude of sins. A multitude. So that could just mean that whatever it is that you are thinking is possibly for those that feel down on yourselves. Hi, Shell. How are you doing? For those that are feeling down on yourselves and feel like God isn't listening, or that you've sinned so much or so, badly that maybe God won't forgive you, I feel that God is saying, no, it's not that way. Actually, whatever it is that you've sinned, so long as you don't go and do it all over again, try not to commit the same error again. And I forgive you. So again, this is what it is. It's telling us above all things, love will cover a multitude of sins. So a multitude of errors that we commit in our life, right? Thank you, Shell. I hope the same for myself where my voice is concerned, because everything else, I'm fine. It's just my voice. But let's keep going. So whatever it is that you feel down on yourself for right now, Libra, or whoever's listening to this message, don't worry about it. Worry about pleasing God. And so long as you don't go back and do the same things that are putting your soul, your life, or whatever, whoever in danger, don't know where that's coming from, but that's what they want me to tell you. So long as you don't do it again and again and again, God forgives you. Okay? Take it serious and take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Let's see what the message from the angel is today. Angel of release. My life is perfect here and now. Our greatest release is to free ourselves from attachments of the past and concerns with the future to be able to live in the present moment. When we do this, we concentrate our energies and we don't lose vitality by criticizing, comparing, and judging, whether that's judging yourself or anyone else, Libra, okay? The quality of release frees us from guilt, which is a great waste of energy. Release brings freedom from attachments to possessions of fear or of loss. See that? So I always say God is always on the money. No matter what he tells us, it's always the message we have to hear. I just finished starting the reading with you have to release whatever it is that you've done that is not perfect or not correct. Hi, Kyra. Is it Kyra or Kira? Hi, how are you doing, honey? Whatever it is that you've done in the past is the past. And the past could be, I know it's going to sound crazy to some of you. The past could be as easy as a moment ago. A moment ago. You need to know that God has a lot of understanding and a lot of love for you. And no matter what it is that you've done to either yourself or to someone you care about, so long as you turn away from that, God is here with you and God accepts you. So doesn't matter what anybody else accepts, Libra, or whoever else is listening to this today. Thank you, Shell. Thank you so much, honey. But whatever it is, know that God forgives you, so you need to learn to forgive yourself, okay? And again, so long as you don't make the same kind of error and you grow from it, using the Archangel Michael cards today, and also message from your angel, which will come today first before Archangel Michael cards. But do you understand? A lot of us, have had either family members or even ourselves to look in the mirror every day and tell ourselves you're wrong or you're guilty or you made a mistake. And that's true. We do. We make mistakes. I'm here raising my hand, the first one to raise my hand. I make lots of mistakes, but I try to learn from them. And sometimes it does take things to be done over and over again before you get what it is that you did wrong and how to change that, right? What do I mean by that? We're not born all the time with this perfect knowing and understanding that we did something wrong and how to change it. Sometimes it does take years even for us to change what we do wrong or what we're making an error on. And I'm not even talking about math. I'm talking about everyday situations that maybe we thought we were doing the best at that moment. And so we made the decision, the best one we could at that moment. And then all of a sudden we realize, hey, that's not good for us. Why am I doing it like that? Or why have I done it like that for all these years? And then you start changing the way you look at things. You start changing the way you do things. That's what I'm talking about. God has already forgiven you because you've asked for the forgiveness. Maybe, let's say you're talking to me and maybe because I'm human, it takes me a moment to forgive you. But not with God. With God, it's instant. It's instantaneous. So with that said, whatever you've done, so long as you've asked for forgiveness from the person or from God, or even from yourself, if you've sinned against yourself by maybe creating problems for yourselves, then just accept that it's good. It's made new. But you have to mean it. That I do want to tell you. You can't just keep doing it over and over and over. But once you have the answer, and once you do know in your heart and your soul that you have to change something, that's when you have this awareness. And that's when you do have to change it, okay? All right, my dears. Archangel Raphael, hallelujah. Between you and my beautiful God, my Jesus, that you would heal me and everyone else ailing out there from something would be healed. This is a perfect segue because Archangel Raphael came through to mention that my sister that's in hospice has now been placed in the hospital again. So if your prayers could just extend out to her, whatever it is that she needs, because only she knows and only God knows, along with archangels of light, know what she needs at this time. And if it is her time, then she would go in peace. And if not, that God would find a way to heal her. Thank you, guys. It says, Archangel Raphael, I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me and many out there like myself, which is an irony right now. I know are healers yourselves. You either do what I do, or you've at times possibly had a store or a storefront, or just give your services online, and you're a healer like I am. So sometimes I say it again because for some reason the archangels of light, along with God and Jesus, want us to understand, Archangel Michael being one of them, that there's something that we ourselves have to accept. Maybe there's a fault in us, meaning we've erred against ourselves. And sometimes we can be our worst enemy. We don't need other people telling us what it is that we do right or wrong. Right, guys? Sometimes it's as easy. Hi, is it Bike? Hi, how are you doing? Welcome here. Sometimes it's as easy as that, guys, that it's something we've done that we're not happy about within ourselves. And when that happens, we literally can't seem to let it go, can't seem to forgive ourselves, because we know that it's been something that we did that maybe harmed someone else, hurt someone else, or even harmed our own selves, like I said. So just know that God loves you and God forgives you. So it's okay to forgive yourself so long as you learn from this. Okay, guys? What is it, Archangel Michael, that you'd like to tell us today? What is it that you'd like to tell us today before we get started with the tarot? Please and thank you. This is your life's purpose. This is your life's purpose from Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me to align with my goals. Please clearly guide me, guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. So for some of you, again, I'm telling you, isn't it beautiful though? Isn't this card gorgeous? I've never drawn it in all, I think I've owned this since 2021, this deck. And in all the times, I've never drawn this card, guys. Isn't that amazing? And they're so beautifully made. Who makes these? Oh, yes, that's right. It was Doreen Virtue. Okay? These are by Doreen Virtue. Like I said, for some of you guys, it's time for you to do what I do. It's either in tarot or in Reiki or in any other healing modalities. Whatever it is that you feel drawn to that helps other people. Sometimes just listening to them helps them, right? Because it's a healing. Hi, Junebug. How are you doing, honey? Thank you so much for being here. So again, it really doesn't matter so long as it helps another person. You know, when I first started out in Reiki, actually, believe it or not, I literally started with Reiki 1, Reiki 2, and Reiki 3. And then and where I went to school was a junior college for Reiki. So because of that, I literally had to do over 100 people before I could become a teacher. And they had to be documented. And I had to turn it back into the college. And so I am a Reiki sensei. But with that said, believe it or not, I started in Reiki. And when I started, 30 some odd years ago in Reiki, I literally did this because I loved the fact that your chi would connect to another person's chi and you could rebalance them, right? And it was beautiful. But who would come to me in the beginning was not for Reiki. They saw the advertisement and so they came. But it wasn't for Reiki. Twice over, I had people on my table who had a demonic attachment to them. And why I stopped what I was saying before from this card was because you do have to be careful and you do have to be aware when you're gifted that way, that other things are drawn to you and not just people that need a rebalancing. So I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to be doing a Reiki, readjustment, and so, balancing that person's chi again. What ended up happening was I ended up on a one-on-one with someone who had a demonic attachment. And boy, did they want me. So just be careful with that, because I wasn't prepared. And for the next one, I was, just in case. So why am I saying that? Because sometimes, even though we want to be people that help others and unselfishly, right? I mean, it helps you make money, but at the same time, you are also growing spiritually yourself. And this person literally, when they came to my home, because that's where I was doing it, out of my home, the people that they brought with them, their family members, kept going in and out, in and out, in and out of the room, and all over the house. And once I pray, I close everything. I seal everything with the blood of Jesus, and I seal everything and everyone so that they will be protected by Archangel Michael and Jesus. And these people kept walking around. So that day, I literally, somebody has to hear this, because I've never told this story before. Someone has to hear this today before you start doing your healing modalities, especially at home. So all of a sudden, I asked them, I said, do you think you could wait in your car? Because you're distracting me, and I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. And it could be dangerous to that person's spirit. So they left, they went outside, they left me with the demon, so to speak, because I didn't even know the demon was there yet. Because I was praying, and I was opening, and I was working the energy, but I did not know that there was a demon there yet, okay? So on that one, literally, they started by showing me their face. And when I mean their face, I mean, for those that have had demonic encounters, have you ever watched anything like The Exorcist or Emily Rose, things like that, where their face starts changing and they don't look normal anymore? Yeah. So that's what happened. That's the first thing that happened. And then reaching out to grab me, to touch me, and I would just put their hand down calmly and keep praying. So at that point, I start asking Archangel Michael to come on in. And then I start asking, Jesus to come on in, and I start praying out loud. And I just remember that I did pray for the entity to be released, etc. But that's not what I was there for. So I didn't have the ingredients there. And I'm not going to get into what ingredients those are, holy thistle and other things, right? And so I sealed the person back up. And when they were in the car, I said, number one, you guys did not warn me that this person, your loved one, has an entity on them. I said, number two, besides the attachment, can I have my stones back, please? And they were like, I said, can I please have my rocks back, please? He looked at me again. I said, I would like my amethyst. I would like my crystal. I would like my, I started naming them. And so they're looking in the pockets and stuff of the person, and they start giving them back to me. That's one thing as well, is I know what my tools are, and I know what I've laid out around you. And for those that think that that's demonic, please go to Exodus and Deuteronomy so that you can look up crystals, because crystals are from the earth, just like diamonds are. So they're not a bunch of hocus pocus, hope it don't pocus in the, what, because God made them. And they're even in the vest plates. Yeah, the breastplates, vest plates. I call them vests because they put them on like vests. They're in the Bible that the priests wore them, carnelian, etc. So people need to they need to study and stop just sitting in a place that's wood and stone and listening to others. Read your Bible and actually pay attention. But yeah, so that was my first instance. Whoever has to hear this message is for you. And the second time, I had my book on spiritual warfare. Yeah. And there's big time blessings, but there's big time prayers in there as well that stop averment I call demons vermin in their tracks. And I was prepared the next time, and they were not. But they were released, and I thank God for that. But yeah, I've had a lot of encounters. So when you think you're just doing a simple Reiki or doing an egg cleansing or anything like that, guys, you need to call in your big guns before you start cleansing other people. It's one thing to cleanse yourself, but it's a whole other ball game to start cleansing other people when you don't know what you're doing yet, okay? And you need to be protected yourself, because I'm telling you, I have dealt with entities you would not want to meet in a dark alley. You would not want to meet when the lights are out and nobody's home either. So just be careful, okay? All right, guys, let's go into our tarot. And I'm sorry for those that I have lost along the way, but somebody needs to hear that. It's not a glorified work. I did it for, gosh, man, I did it for 25 years, helping the general public to be released from things like that. I didn't go through a priest, because those are the only ones that really do it. Or in the Baptist church, it's people that pray with their holy oil, which is nothing more than the olive oil. So literally, there's a lot of things you need to do and learn before you go on and meet, yeah, demonic entities, because they're not going to be nice to you. And remember what the Bible says, if you don't get rid of them, then more come in their name. So be careful with that, guys, whoever it is that needs to hear that. I don't do cleansings anymore because I don't have a storefront. I'm going to turn this over. That one I'm not. Because I don't have a storefront anymore. I don't have a store, brick and mortar, as one would say. But I will tell you that I've done my share of work that goes beyond reading cards. All right, I see a false start, guys. Before I even shuffle these cards, I see a false start. Remember what I said? The first message that we got today was, you got this, right? You got this. But the very second one said, take a risk, right? Take a risk. So you have a false start here, guys. You have a false start because this is either being overly emotional, or news that you get is going to be they're telling me half truth, or, excuse me, I'm drinking mineral water. If it's not a false start or a false truth, or how should I put this? Because they're giving me crazy words. When you hear something from someone that's going to give you a message this week, it's either not going to be all the truth, or it's going to be a little fudged, a little exaggerated, or not all the truth, or not all the information. Okay? Finally got that one out. So it's going to be a false start. Some of this might be in reference to yourself. Some of this might be in reference to someone else, like messages or information about someone else coming your way. There is, wow. Please bear with me, guys, because there's a lot of messages that are being given all at once. So just bear with me. You have a lot of envy, Libra, for this week. You have a lot of envy coming your way. You have a lot of people that are secretly coming your way, acting like they're friends this week, but they're not. Matter of fact, the dog and the coyote, it's what I get for the work that I do right now. I have no nails. My nails are in horrible state. You see that? So you are going to, you have like you have exaggerators. But you also have people that are going to give you some information. Some information is not going to be conclusive. It's not going to be total. It's not going to be a whole story, right? And then you have people at the same time in a similar group or a same group that envy you. So because they envy you, they're not going to give you all the truth. or they're not going to accept you in their group, or they're not going to want you in their group or around their group. Something like that, guys. So in other words, you were going to have false people around you this week. Be careful with that, because again, I didn't want to right side this. Okay, I wanted it to remain reversed, because again, you're going to have a beginning this week, and this week is going to feel like, okay, finally, things are going my way, or finally things get going, or something like that. But it's going to be a false start. Jesus. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to clarify this, because unfortunately we need to know who these people are and why they want that for you. Now, if I keep going, you have the Sun. So what does that tell me? If you had the Ace of Wands right next to the Sun, that means that you are entitled to this new beginning. Something brand spanking new is coming your way. Something is coming your way, and you are entitled to it. But they're going to make sure you're not, either you won't have all the information, or all the information you need to make a decision, or to know the final verdict, answer, whatever. I don't know why I said verdict. Maybe some of you are going to court. So be careful with that, but you do have a new beginning, and then you have the King of Wands right next to that new beginning with the Sun. So something is, man, sorry I'm scratching, guys, but that hasn't happened in a long time. I have a lot of tingling on my crown chakra. So you have somebody coming and telling you the truth, the real truth. But meanwhile, you have somebody telling you half truth. And the person you have coming and telling you half truth, they embellish things, but most of the time. But this time they're going to leave out some things, or they're going to tell you certain things, but they're not complete for some reason. So here you have the King of Wands coming out again with these hidden things, and we have the Moon right over the High Priestess. I don't like this. I don't like this. We have the Moon right over the High Priestess, okay? So we certainly do have things that are hidden. We have things that are being hidden from you. I don't like that at all. And we're going to figure this out. We're going to find out who it is, what it is, and why it is they're keeping things from you. And what they really don't want you to know is there's a lot of heartbreak going on here. There's a lot of heartbreak going on right here with the Three of Swords. But this person, as well as you, for those that are on a personal level with this person, meaning you know this person on a regular, not at work, right? Because the first part I feel like might be someone at work for some of you, is keeping things from you. Maybe a promotion that you're supposed to get, or maybe there's a certification you're supposed to get, or you're supposed to be doing training in order to get higher on the food chain at work, and they're not going to tell you. Someone is going to keep it from you somehow. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. But meanwhile, I'm telling you, there is a new beginning for you coming. And along with this King of Wands, there is truth that's supposed to be told to you in order for that fool's journey to begin, right? For that new beginning to begin. But meanwhile, there's a lot of lies here. My God. Before I get into the tarot, I want to know, why is this Moon here with this Ace reverse? Who is it that's trying to keep the Libra from knowing the truth? And why? Excuse me, guys. Someone who is married. Someone who is married currently is keeping something from you. The King of Coins. Who's trying to build things up, but there's new movement here for this person, but I don't know why they're telling me they're married. So for some of you, whoever this is, it's a married person. Now, it could also be at work, because marriage at work would be like you and your boss, right? Not married to each other, but there's a partnership there, right? Or if you're the boss, there's a partnership there with your employees, okay? But why is this person coming out, and why so many lies or false starts? What is going on here? My God. What is this? What is this? There's an offer here. but I don't like it. The offer is from the Knight of Swords, okay? Is coming in with a proposal. But this is a very young person. I don't like it because you don't need a knight unless you're, and I don't do readings for youngsters, so please, if you're under 18, please go to another channel. I love you. Bye. This is an adult channel, so we don't really necessarily want knights unless they are someone that's under 30, between 20 and 30, and maybe that's what it is. They're coming out that way. But if it's somebody that's 40 and over, you don't want a knight in your life unless these are your children. Do you understand? Because if you bring this person around you, or this person is allowed to be around you, they're youthful, which is a good thing, but they're immature, which is a bad thing. Now, something is fated. Either you're coming together with this person or to see this person. What else is going on? Why is this Three of Swords here with this High Priestess? Why is the Three of Swords with the High Priestess, please? Family. Family is fated to come together. So for some of you, maybe you need to see your children, or you need to see your family. Something that hasn't happened in a while. Maybe it's something you need to see. You need to know. But some people, here we go again with, you see that, the Two of Swords? And then the Two of Swords is coming out with the Ace of Swords. So some of these people are going to say bullshit. Why am I saying that? Because the Ace of Swords is coming out with the Two of Wands. And I meant to say Two of Wands and not Two of Swords. This Two of Wands is telling me that somebody's not going to decide right away to be honest with you or honest about you. So just be careful with that, because you don't want people spreading lies, telling lies, making up stories about you. Be careful with that, Libra. Why is this Three of Swords coming out, please? Why is it coming out with the High Priestess? Do I have to use another deck? Queen of Cups. Why is this travel? Travel, relocation. Okay, guys. Got it. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's see. What kind of new beginning is this for the Libra, please? And thank you. What kind of new beginning is this? Because I see the Sun and I see the... Oh, you haven't made up your mind yet. Or the choice hasn't been made. That's the Lover's card. What is this undecided thing for the Libra? What is this that the Libra has to decide on? I know it's a new beginning, but what is it specifically? Can you give us more clues, please? Remember what I said. For those that have never graced my channel with your presence, thank you so much for being here. For my returning subscribers, I love you to pieces. You see that? There's something here with this King of Wands that you need to know, or you need to decide about. What is this with the King of Wands that needs to be decided, please? What is the King of Wands having to make this decision? What is this for the Libra? What is this? Now you don't want to answer? Do I have to get another deck? It's okay. I'll get my own answers. How about that? Again. It looks like somebody's having to travel or relocate, people. Do you see that? Same card. Wow. So this King of Wands, whoever this King of Wands is to you, Libra, they're going to have to travel or relocate, because it doesn't look like they're settled. But it does look like they're a married person trying to start anew. There's something. And there is movement. There is movement there. Why do they have to move? Why do they have to move? They feel very tested at this time with the Eight of Swords along with the Five of Coins. They feel very tested at this time. It may be somebody from your past, somebody you already know, but somebody you're going to come across this week, Libra, or the next, they're saying, time frame wise, is going through some kind of financial hardship, and they're going to have to move, and they may or may not tell you the whole truth, and they may or may not tell you everything you need to know. And I'm sorry I look to the right, but I'm channeling at the moment. And so you're going to have someone come and tell you something, but it's not quite the truth. If they were to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God, it would be better for both of you, because you'd know how to help. But when people come and then they tell you half truths, or only tell you what they want you to know because maybe it sounds better, it's not going to get resolved. It's not going to get the desired outcome that they want, because they got to speak up and they got to say something. Remember what I said at the beginning of this reading, guys. I'm sorry. I'm having all kinds of crazy things happen to me right now. Itches galore. Whoever it is I'm talking to today, and it could only be one person that hears this today, and I'll be satisfied because I did my job, because I'm passing on the message. You're forgiven. God has forgiven you, but you need to stop whatever it is you're doing. You literally need to stop whatever it is you're doing. God is not a toy. And I don't believe to speak for him on his behalf, but I am his vessel, so he will speak through me if he pleases. Whoever it is I'm talking to out there that needs to hear this, you can be healed, whether it's a possession, it's an attachment, whether it's a bad habit, you can be healed from this. It's called willpower and faith in God. But the thing is, you cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm talking to someone who has some really bad habits out there. You need to stop, because how are people supposed to help you? I feel like people would help you if you wouldn't lie. If you wouldn't lie. Because these two cards alone are telling me you're a liar. You lie. And I'm talking to a cross watcher, Libra. I'm not talking to you right now. So don't be like, oh my God, Victoria Violet has gone crazy and is calling Libra a liar. I'm not. But there is somebody out there that needs to hear this. This is not your basic everyday person. This is someone who knows what I'm talking about. And you know full well that the truth will set you free. Twice over, the truth is here. So if you're going to tell somebody lies, and you're not going to tell them about separations, divorce, tragedies, possible money issues, how do you want people to help you? Because the Libra is the Libra. The Libra will help people. I know, I'm a Libra. But don't come and give us half-truths about what you think we need to hear or know. Tell us everything and let us be the grown-up that we are to decide whether we want to help or we don't. Like, hey, that's your mess. You're a mess. You're a hot mess. You're messy. Your life is messy. The decisions you make are messy. That kind of thing. But because I love you and you're this or that to me, or if you've meant this or that to me in the past, I'm going to help you. Okay? You got to give Libra that opportunity, cross watcher, because all you're coming with is, oh, there's a new beginning. I want sunshine with the sun. I want the Nine of Cups with you, Libra. But I'm going to come in as a knight, playful, gay. But the problem is, when you're coming in playful and it's a serious situation, how can the Libra take you serious? How can the Libra know that there is a serious tone to all of this and they need to help you? So far, Libra, this reading has been about helping others and forgiveness, and the fact that there is something to embark on here for this new beginning, but not until the truth is spoken. If the truth is not spoken, there is no new beginning. It's a vicious circle. Whether that's someone that keeps doing the same mistake over and over and over again, or whether it's the fact that you need to learn from your mistakes, cross watcher, and stop making the same mistakes over and over again. It's not that you can't be forgiven. It's not that God wouldn't forgive you. It's that, it's like this. Let's say I want to lose weight. I'm just going to use this as an example, okay? Say I want to lose weight, and I say, God, I need help. I need help. I have no sense of hasta aquí. I have no sense of stop. You ate too much. You're eating too much. You're piling your plate too fully. You don't need that. Eat and stop when you're no longer hungry. So let's say I've been praying and praying, I'm crying, and I'm down on myself, and I just keep on harming myself. And yeah, it is a harm to eat and eat and eat, because you're eating away your problems. It's what you're doing. It's called emotional eating. But you want to lose weight, right? And again, it's just an example. So let's say I'm praying to God. I'm calling out to God to help me. But then I'm okay with not eating the way that I normally gorge for like 2 days, 3 days, and then I go back to gorging, because that's my emotional habit of trying to feel better. So I'm doing it over and over again. And instead of getting smaller, let's say I'm already tipping the scale at 470 pounds. And I'm crying all the time. I'm depressed all the time because I can't move, I can't exercise, I can't walk, I can't breathe, I can't climb stairs, but I won't stop eating, because I don't have the willpower to stop doing that. And I'm not accepting God's grace. I'm not accepting that I can reach out for help. Either go to a doctor, get on some, diet pills to help in the beginning so I can start moving around. You get it. It's the same thing with whoever it is that's here that's telling us like half stories or half truths, or want to look good at all times and don't want to come across as I have failed, I'm a failure, or I'm falling. Libra, help me. Help me. I can't catch myself. I don't know what to do. I can't do this by myself. Right? So in those instances, you call out to God, but then when God gives you the answers, you don't want the answers, because you got to stop. Did you start falling because maybe that credit card was just really happy? Keep swiping, 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 swiping. Or were you like my kid when we still had checks that we wrote and would say, but Mama, what do you mean I can't have this, that, or the other? You got a lot of checks. So whatever it is that you're doing, maybe it could be a drug, maybe it could be a sex addiction, maybe it could be kleptomania. I don't know, whatever it is that's your addiction or that's your downfall. Maybe an overpriced car. Maybe you have a Mercedes when all you really need is a Toyota in your driveway. Whatever it is that you're doing too much, as they say nowadays on, you need to give that to God, and you need to speak the truth to your Libra. Libra has tried to help you in their own way through the years or however long they've known you. But if you don't want to hear the truth, because only your truth is the truth, then how can Libra help you? How can Libra feel empowered to help you? And then you don't have faith. You pray, but then you don't listen to God. You don't really pay attention to what God is telling you. Hey, I don't want you to ruin your temple like that. I don't want you using your temple like that. Wherever I reside, you got to keep it clean. If that's your money that I'm blessing you with, use it for positive things. If it's your house that I'm blessing you with, only let people live in your house that are positive people, not people that are demonic or that are money hungry or that are envious, gluttonous. If it's your job, take care of your job, because it gives you the money to afford the things that you like. Whatever it is, there's somebody out there that needs to hear this, because you are faltering because of your own. It's not the Libra's fault. The Libra tried to tell you the difference, and I heard tear you away from it. So some Libras have literally attempted to tear this person away from whatever it is that they're doing that's not good for them, that could help them have a better life and a more stable life. But you don't want to hear the Libra. So I don't know how you want the Libra to help you, especially with lies, because that's what I see is that you're going to come presenting lies, whoever you are, and you want the Libra to help you. Well, Libra, look at that. Things are coming in reverse. Libra cannot help you if you don't help yourself. And the only way you're going to help yourself, because you've made yourself a part of this reading the whole time, is that you're going to have to speak with truths, cross-watcher. Because I'm sorry, Libra. I'm very, very plain-spoken type of person. I don't have a reason to help you if you don't help yourself. If I've already prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed over you or prayed for you, and you don't want to help yourself, it's not my problem, and it's not my dog and pony show. It's not my place to do anything but to be an intercessor, a prayer warrior on your behalf, and give you to God. And give you to God. So you cannot say a Libra out there is responsible for you, especially if you're an adult. You're the one making the decisions, cross-watcher, and then you want the Libra to have your back. How? When you're not even honest with them. Are you even honest with yourself? You gotta be honest with yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? That's why I made that post earlier today about the cemetery. And I do it often on purpose because that's what they want me to do. And I said, mortality. That was the title. And the message was, what is your legacy? See, because we can make all the mistakes we want and God will forgive us. But do you really think that that's it? That's the end of the journey? That's what we came to do, is make mistakes and not learn? Not change from them? I don't think so. So I'm trying to switch this up, okay? Can we please get a different message in here? Whoever it was that needed to hear that, 2 messages actually already. One for whoever it is that was wanting to embark on the journey that I'm on, that I've already been on for years and years and years. It's your time, but you got to raise your protection and your awareness that you're not going to just be doing simple cleansings. Sometimes the devil himself will come through to test you, to see how you fight. And it's not a physical fight, my dears, because those attachments can come onto you and into you. You've got to be ready. And for that other person, wherever you are, cross-watcher, may God bless you, because the Libras prayed for you. The Libras listened to you as much as the truth as you would like to share of yourself. But if you don't tell the whole truth, or at least the majority, to where the Libra knows how to help you, the heck you want? What do you want? Libra's not God. Thank you for calling us God and goddesses, but we're not. We are aspects of God. We are a piece of God, just like you are. And we don't have it all figured out either. That's what we're doing here on earth too. But I'm telling you that whatever it is that you need the Libra to help you with, well, if you don't talk to the Libra and you don't tell the Libra whatever the heck it is you need help with, and you're just going to come in with your lies and dalliances and, no, the Libra's not going to know how to help you. So you yourself need to learn to open your mouth and ask for help. All right, guys, let's change it up. What direction is this week going? In what direction is this week going that we need to be aware of all the positive things that we can get our hands into, involved with, and what is coming in the positive for the Libra for this week, please? Thank you. And thank you guys for your patience. I don't know that tangent for those people. I have no idea what the heck that was about, but God wanted me to talk, so I did. These are the cards I'm going to be looking at. Okay? All right, so for this pile, again, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Guys, unless a lot of you are having problems in your relationship, and that very well may be what's going on. My little cauldron is holding the fire here, so just know that that Palo Santo is still on fire. The Two of Cups is for someone that's having relationship issues. You have a lot. You have a, pardon me, you have a lot to think about right now. Seven of Cups. You have a lot to think about when it comes to relationships. For some of you, it's, do I want a relationship? Do I want to get into a relationship? For others that are in a relationship, they're telling me almost like the pros and the cons. Like, okay, these are the good things. These are the things that that are actually, you know, reasons why I should stay in this relationship. I see two. So far, I see two reasons. And then I see the other five that are like, don't know. I don't know. Is this something I should consider? Is this something I should consider staying in or not? So two things are lit up for whoever I'm talking to this week for your relationship. The ones that are already in a relationship, there's two things that are lit up, but you keep changing your mind. God is telling me also, like the same thing that's a pro is like, maybe that's a con. Maybe that's not a good thing. Let me move it this way. Hopefully this doesn't continue to smoke because I don't want the alarm to go off like the other day. Throw some water in there. But do you understand that? Do you understand that these decisions are things that actually have to be made, guys? So you can't just go like, oh no, I picked that one, I unpick it. What do you mean you unpick it? What do you mean you unchoose it? Yeah, no, you know, if I stay in the relationship, it's because I don't know. I like their cooking. Let's just say that. No, that's not a good reason. You're right. They're not picking the right way because it's like I told my boys when they were younger. I'm teaching you how to wash your clothes, how to iron your clothes. I'm teaching you how to cook because I never want you to pick a woman because these are the things she knows how to do. That's ridiculous. You have to choose a woman because you love each other mutually, you respect each other mutually, and because they're your best friend and you want to live and die with those people. When you get older and, you know, or maybe you get into an illness, they're going to take care of you and you're going to take care of them. But don't get together because she can cook or he can fix a car. What the hell? That shouldn't be part of the picking. So that's what I'm seeing. It's something frivolous. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep them because of this. And then they're like, wait a minute. No, that's not a good reason. You're in the cons. You're not in the pros. So again, Two of Cups with the Hierophant, guys. Can't make up this crap if I wanted to. Okay? So I'm telling you, somebody is looking at the relationship right now and thinking about this, thinking about the past as well, like how the choices, which is a good thing, here we go with a good thing, how those choices were made to begin with. How did you end up in this marriage? Or how did you end up in this relationship you're currently in? Or those that are having problems. Did you make a good decision? Did you make a sound decision? I'm having itches everywhere, guys. Deal with it. Or did you do it because your eyes, like my mom used to say, your eyes were bigger than your tummy? When we would go eat out, she would say, you can have whatever you want, but you need to eat it. Don't just order it and then leave it there. So somebody might have chosen their partner in the past with their eyes instead of with their heart, instead of with common sense. Because this person is like, have you ever gone to the store and you forgot to save your receipt? My mom used to tell her son-in-laws, no deposit, no return. You cannot return them. And then she would say on another note, I'm just kidding. If you ever feel like you don't love them, you need to bring them back the way that I gave them to you. In one piece, without hurting them, without damage. And then you can have your refund. You can go on your way, give me back my child the way that God intended. So somebody here made a really bad choice when it came to love. I'm sorry, they didn't look at all the pros and cons. They ended up picking this person because passively they shined or they were bright in some way, meaning they looked good on the outside. So why not? They matched up, maybe same religions or same beliefs at the time. So they thought, and it just didn't work out. So you have the Six of Wands to the Six of Cups. Thinking about the past. I'm telling you, they thought they had bonbon, like I say all the time, a candy, and it was a milk dud, okay? Because look what they're in, Nine of Swords. So somebody is in the Nine of Swords right now in reference to they're picking their choices because they did not pick right, and what they thought was going to be beautiful and long-lasting with the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands, it ended up being a nightmare. So whoever it is I'm talking to, you need to be careful. If it's a marriage, only you and God know if you want to get out of it or what. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you that the way you chose with your eyes. You were very hungry at the moment and you chose with your eyes. It's the same thing as going grocery shopping, right, guys? You can't go grocery shopping hungry because you deviate from the list and you start putting everything in your cart. So just be careful, whoever this message is for, but the first time around, you did not choose right. And you're paying for it, son or daughter. So just know that. Three of Wands, but this Three of Wands, I don't like, because it always looks like this person is bored. They're bored because I don't feel like they're being challenged. So be careful with that, my dears, that you're asking God for more challenge. You're asking God for more, and they're bringing it, but they're saying for the things that need to end, and these things should have, for a lot of you, bad relationships should have ended in 2025. I don't even want to mention that year anymore. So last year, you should have let go of these bad relationships, but you did not. Or toxic things that you do, habits, etc., but you did not. Be careful, because all at once is going to happen. All at once, Eight of Wands, you're going to be asked to let things go, because that is how your beautiful outcome, the Ten of Cups, is going to come to pass. If you don't let go of the past, it's not going to let go of you. It's got you by the hand. It's not going to let you go, guys. Be careful. Be careful. God cannot. When I would do readings, and I would do them from Thursday through Sunday when I had my shops open, and I would tell the people, because it was like one after the other, and I would tell people the same thing I'm going to tell you right now. Let's say that I'm married, right? Again, it's an example. I'm married, but I'm separated from the person because I don't want them. They don't want me. We haven't gotten along in years. But I won't cut the cord, okay? We're still married. But you want God to bring you somebody new. They're not going to come and stay, or it's going to come, but it's not going to work out because you still have that cord. You still have that element of energy that's connected to you. So you need to release it, okay? You need to release it so God can give you something else that's positive. And that's in anything. And that's what I'm seeing, is that whatever it is that you were supposed to release, you're getting ready to release now, it's going to happen very fast, like suddenly. It's just going to happen for pile number 2. It's going to happen so fast that you're not going to have time to think about it, because it's going to happen, boom, 10 of Swords. And the Eight of Wands comes in immediately. So that means to me that this happiness, it means that if you would have let go a long time ago, this would have happened. But for those that are going to decide to let go of whatever it is that's holding on to you, and you energetically are still holding on to them or it, whatever, and as soon as you decide, it's going to happen super fast. So be careful, because your happiness is involved here. So some people are not going to like your changes. I'm just here to say it. Some people are going to feel some kind of way. In the Five of Wands, they're going to have words for you. They're going to feel like they need to get involved in your life. And the funny thing is, I always tell people this: do they pay your rent? Do they pay your mortgage? Do they pay your car note? Do they sleep with you? And I mean sex. Are they the ones that go and sleep with you at night? Are they the ones you get all cuddly with? Are they the ones that give you emotional fulfillment? Because if it's a mom, a dad, sister, a brother, cousins, friends, they can go to hell. I'm sorry. They can go to hell. And the reason I'm saying that is because that might be what's holding you back from making the decision to let these things or people go. And that may be what's holding back your happiness, because it happens so very fast. Once this is released that it's dead, it's dead. I mean, you can't look at that person. Tell me how you can get 10 swords out of your back. Have you ever tried that? Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's dead as a doorknob, period. But then the 8 of Wands comes in right after that. So I'm telling you, as soon as you decide to let go, I'm free falling, like the song says. I'm free falling, and I'm done. So right away, you're the one that has to answer those 5 of Wands. Sorry. You're the one that's responsible for coming back with the answers, and they may or may not like your answers, and then too bad, too sad. But you're the one that has to be strong enough to say, oh yeah, okay, well, I see your 5 wands, but I raised you with 7, and I'm telling you, these are the reasons why I'm not staying. These are the reasons why I'm going. These are the reasons why I'm changing. These are the reasons why I changed my mind. These are the reasons why I no longer can do this, why I no longer can be this, why I no longer can conduct myself this way, why I no longer can live this way. You like it, you lump it, there's the truth, and there's the door. See ya. And that's the way it's got to be. Look at that. The Hermit comes out right after you tell your truths. But yeah, you got 5 comebacks, well, I got 7. Now what? The Hermit is saying, stick to your guns. Do what it is that is being told to you and carry those things out. Immediately, I see these changes. And that's fantastic. That is fantastic, guys. You couldn't ask for something better than that. All right, I want to know, is there anything around you that you should know about that's in the positive or the negative? Mostly the positive is what we want to know about, right? But the negative we should also know, because we need to sidestep it or go around it, or, you know, it's like that pile of poop. Nobody wants to step on it in the lawn, but nobody tells you that they put their dog to do their business there, right? All right, so, ooh, I'm telling you, the Lion precedes a message that is bad. Bad news, sudden bad news comes. You know, in Spanish, there's a saying, no hay un mal que por bien no venga. So something very, very bad news is on its way, but at the same time, that shocking news brings something else, or brings about a change in some way that kind of changes the negative or bad events that are going to take place, so that they can be lessened. And again, I'm always telling you guys, you gotta trust in God. You can't just pray and then, what's the word? I don't know. It's like one person that I heard, and I think it was in one of the movies I watched this weekend. It was like, you already lost. You already lost. So what do I mean by that? Why are you going to pray without faith? Why are you going to say, God, I need your help. I need an answer. I need direction. I need guidance. Point me in the right direction. Give me a sign, God. But then you don't have any faith. You already lost. Sorry to be so bold today, but this is the way Spirit is coming through. So when God wants to talk in a direct way, I am just the vessel. And I've never thought of myself of more than an oracle, because God gave me this gift so that I could speak to you, and through me He speaks, but not because it's something that glorifies me. Look how many are on here right now, for example. So it's not the amount of people that hear the message. It's the message itself that needs to be heard. Anything else you would like to tell us, please? And thank you for this week coming. Chariot. The Chariot. Will it be a fight or will it be a moving forward? That depends. We have to have patience. Whatever it is, the angel of God has not finished mixing it yet. There is a change that's coming, Libra. There is a change that is coming. The Death card there. Ooh, for some in your finances, I hope it's a good one. Nail biter. King of Cups. King of Cups is coming through with the Ton of Coins. And again, with the, I'm telling you, this is the Fate card, guys. The 3 here of Cups, that's the Fate card. Something is fated to happen this week. But some people are going to speak to you in freaking riddles. You're going to have to figure out who's the good guys and who are the bad guys this week. Because there's going to be people that come towards you. Let's say that it was at work, right? Like, for example, on me, this week, I believe coming, we're supposed to have a lot of audits. So let's say that the auditors are coming and nobody tells me, right? That they're there. And let's say, which I'm not, but let's say I was a sloppy worker or a slacker, right? Somebody that slacks off or plays around, or we call them social butterflies, right? Because they don't stay at their own damn cubicle or desk. How about if I was a social butterfly and they're not telling me that the auditors are there or the higher ups are out, and here I am being a doofus, right? Something there is happening this week where you're going to have to pay attention and read between the lines. There's 2 kings here. King of Cups. And now the King of Pentacles is here. So you see why they're here with this money. Because there's changes. Ooh, somebody's going to be going through a hard time. This King of Pentacles with that 10 of Wands. They better get their, you know what, together. Oh, crap, the devil's coming out. The devil's coming out with the King of Coins and the 10 of Wands. Holy Toledo, guys. Oh, wow. 6 of Cups. What is this past? What is this past? Is this the past? A truth is coming out about the past. I keep telling you guys. What the hell is this? Remember in our first portion of the reading, the first one was, it was upside down. I told you there is a new beginning set to happen for some of you. But there's someone that's going to go through it. 2 of Wands. Like, do I do it or do I not? 2 of Wands. Because this is set to happen. Do I do it or do I not? 2 new beginnings. This person's going to feel really tested. It's coming out again. The 8 of Swords, guys. Again with the Knights. And this is the slowest knight in the deck. The Knight of Coins. 2 of Cups. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Do I go? Do I not go? Do I go? Do I not go? For some of you guys, you're going to get an offer for a job, but it's going to be a relocation. It's going to be a relocation. 7 of Cups again. 7 of Cups again with the over-analysis. Star card. I'm telling you, somebody, either you or someone this week is going to hear of another job opportunity and you're going to feel like, do I take it? Don't I take it? You know, what are the pros and cons like we've been talking about today? And feeling pushed to your limit. So you might take it. But you have the 7 of Cups coming out. Do I relocate? Because it looks like it's going to be a relocation. Look at that. I'm going to say something, and I don't normally tell you guys what to do, but this would be a very beneficial move. Why? Because look, the devil's coming out with the 10 of Wands with whatever you're doing currently. It's not working out, whether this is a job or a relationship. It's not working out. So you feel tested all the time. This change has come too slow for you. You felt like if you stayed long enough, it would change. It's not changing. And you're fearful of making this change with this relocation. But I'm telling you, with the 6 of Swords coming out 3 times already, the star is you. You have really good positive energy right now. You should do it, but you're still going to be like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Queen of Pentacles, what will the Queen of Pentacles do? I said, and then we get the Two of Coins. What do I do? The Queen of Pentacles, will she follow me? Or what do I do? Do I start anew? The Sun. Dude, who cares who will follow, who will not follow? This is a good move for you. Five of Wands. Holy crap. And then we have the Queen of Wands that was reversed. We got the Queen of Swords, which is right up or upright with the Page of Swords. But they do speak their truth. They will tell you their truth. They will help you, but they will tell you their truth. Offer with the Page of Cups. Because this is the true Empress. For you men out there that are listening to this, this is the true Empress. The Queen of Swords. You just don't like that she tells you the truth. To you, it feels like a dagger being stuck inside of you. Like you can't handle that they speak their truth. But what is it? Would you rather the Queen of Wands that's reversed, that is all fire and then ice? Or would you care for the one you already have in your presence, which is the Queen of Coins, and she's all ice and likes to spend your money? Because that's really why she's with you. Sorry. Truth is, the truth is, the truth is. Very, very fast here. Again, with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. The Six of Wands to the Eight of Wands to the Seven of Coins. This grew, but it didn't grow to fruition. Didn't grow all the way. There was an offer there. See? See that? There was an offer there, but then you reneged with the Four of Cups. Five of Cups. You know that this Libra is angry with you, Cross Watcher. Because you were supposed to be the Emperor, but you reneged on being the Emperor. You walked away with that Eight of Cups because you were more concerned with money. How's it working out? Money problems are still there. It's just, these people fight to fight a different day, Libra. I don't understand. You know, when you decide to stay in a relationship for money, and even if you say it's for your children, but really what you're doing is you're staying because you don't want to be the one that has to pay child support, right? I'm just being real, keeping it real. So you stay and you wait and you wait and you wait because, hey, it's carving away at those years. For some of you, it's 18. For some, it's 25. And that's when I'll leave, when they're grown, when they're in university and they're by themselves. They're on their own. Then I can leave. So you're just fighting to fight another day. You really shouldn't complain anymore about the marriage. You really shouldn't complain about your responsibilities. You really shouldn't complain about how you hate it, because that's the life you've chosen. So just deal with it and shut up already. Queen of Cups. Okay, to the Hierophant. To the King of Swords. I'm telling you, Libra, there is a beautiful match here, but you have to use prudence. The Hermit. You both do. The Tower. Not seeing eye to eye. Again, why? Because they don't like it when you tell them the truth, Libra. Page of Coins. There's a little growth here, but it's very hard to get it to grow. One of you is the one that's had to be strong. I'd rather say one of you has had to be the adult in the room. The High Priestess to the King of Wands. Why? Because what is that? Turn it sideways. Turn it sideways and do this. The horizontal mamba. That's all they do. That's all they want to do. I think that's why That's why Spirit said in the beginning that when you want this Nine of Cups, but you don't want judgment, right? God judges you. You tell God your confession because you don't need a man in front of you, right? Or a woman for that matter, in a box, behind a curtain. This is what I've done. Okay, Hail Marys and our fathers. How many will go? By now, 1,000. At least 1,000. Because you keep coming and going. You have one of those little cards that you punch cards. I get a free get out of jail free card once I hit 10. Cross Watcher, you've taken over this whole reading. This whole reading has been about you and for you pretty much, with hints here and there for us. But you don't want to be corrected. You don't want to stand to be corrected. You want to be the boss. You want to be the correct one in the room, but you don't want to be the adult in the room. So it's like, make that make sense. Because it's like, let's say God is the driver's ed teacher. He's in the car with you, but you're driving. Okay, you're going to need to pass this exam, and I'll give you your driver's license, and then you can drive on your own. You don't need me in the car. You don't need anybody in the car. You got your own driver's license, right? But just think about this. Wrap your mind around that there's a 5-year-old sitting in the driver's seat, driving. And God is sitting in the other side and saying, you need to pass this exam, and then you can drive. It's going to take you a minute, right? Because you're not going to just ace driving in one go-round when you've never driven before in your life. So here's a 5-year-old trying to tell God, I can drive. I can drive. And that's what the cross watcher's acting like, is a 5-year-old. I can drive. Libra, I don't need you to drive. I don't need you to tell me, Libra. I don't need you to tell me what to do, Libra. You're not the boss of me. Okay. All right, but God is. So then if you're telling God, forgive me, I want the Libra to forgive me, but then you keep doing the same thing to the Libra or to yourself over and over again, or you want to come forward and you want Libra to help you, but you don't do any healing on yourself. You don't try to change your life in any way. How does that work? How are you going to get your driver's license, Crosswatcher? How? I don't want to get in the damn car with you. Because I'm taking and putting my life in your hands. I don't trust you. You don't have a driver's license yet. You didn't pass the exam. You keep hitting all those red lights and you keep going. Red means stop. Stop what you're doing already. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting the Libra. You've hurt yourself to the point to where you stayed away from the Libra, but now you want to come back because you want the Libra to help you beyond your perceived limitations you find yourself in right now. But you don't want to tell the Libra what's really going on in your life. Newsflash, if Libra watches people like me, they already know you're a hot mess. You're a hot mess. And we say that with love. You're a hot mess. Fix yourself already. And quit pretending like you're this great big person and everybody loves you and everybody feels like they envy you. No, actually, maybe the Libra at one time thought you had your life together and thought you had your act together and thought you were all that and a bag of chips, as they used to say in the 80s, but you're not. And the Libra acknowledges that to themselves and to God now. Why do you think the Libra has given you back to God and said, okay, now's the time that I confess, my Lord. I've tried helping this person. It could be a lover. It could be a husband, a wife. It could be a child that I'm talking about now. It could be a friend. It could be anybody, even your own parents. And nothing I do gets through to this person. No matter how many words or what words, or college level or 3rd grade to 5th grade level words that I use don't seem to get into that brain and seep into that heart. So here you are, God. I love this person, but they're your child, not mine. You need to love them unconditionally. I tried to, but they don't even like themselves because look the way they're behaving. Look what they do to their temple. Look at the decisions they make. They're a hot freaking mess with a bow wrapped all on the outside with shiny little, paper to make them look good. But then when you open it, you go, what the hell happened here? This is a train wreck. Libra tried and tried and tried. Now Libra is on their own. Libra is helping themselves grow. Libra is seeing what's good for them. And possibly if somebody comes along, Libra's going to take that action. And if not, it doesn't happen, so be it. Libra is happy with or without someone, which you are not, because you need clowns in your circus. You need an audience. You need a dog and pony show. And the Libra is just doing life. So all of this has come out, Libra, because honestly, this person that I'm reading on, that I'm picking up heavily today, is trying to come back. They don't know how to come back because they don't want to tell you all the things that are happening in their life. Newsflash, we already know. It's got galoshes written all over it. Wear your galoshes. Wear them, Libra. You're going to need them. There's a lot of BS coming your way. And that's just half of the truth. Whatever it is that they've done or not done outside of your presence, only God knows. But it's not good. And now they want you to fix everything. So someone's coming because they need your extra bedroom. Someone's coming because they need your room. Someone's coming because they need your heart. Someone's coming because they need your ear. But only to a certain extent. Because they're going to tell you what you need to hear as far as they're concerned. But not what you ought to hear, which is the truth. Libra, I could go on and on and on because this person just keeps talking. This person just keeps talking. But I don't come here weekly for the cross watchers. I come here for you. But I'm here to tell you, one person or two are going to get together at work, for those at work, and they're not going to tell you the whole truth. There's something that's going to be kept from you. Secondarily, either you or somebody else at work is up to here, and you're thinking of making changes. And I see that those are good changes because it might take you away from that city, that town, that country, that state. I don't know. But it's a good move. But you're worried and concerned if somebody's going to come with you. If they come, they come. They don't, they don't. This beautiful change is for you. The rest has been about this crazy cross watcher that is coming towards you and would even use a cot, they're telling me, would even take a cot in your basement because they need it. But they're not going to tell you exactly why. They're going to tell you half of the reasons or mixed in with half-truths. But they're not going to tell you the total truth. My tummy is growling because I haven't even had breakfast today. But I'm telling you, Libra, for those that need to make these changes for themselves, that is a final letting go. It's like a tiny little thread, a cord, right? That just needs to be cut. For those that are on the verge of finally saying, you know what? I just need to let it go. Period. End of story. I need to let go. Your changes are going to come so fast, Libra. It's going to make your head spin. Be careful. Hold on to something because you're going to get dizzy. It's going to happen super fast. So there's been a mixture of messages today. Take the risk for those that need to take risks, that are thinking of making decisions, and you're like, I don't know if this is the right one to make. It is the right one to make. So long as, if it's a job, they're telling me, so long as you have somewhere else to land, it's the right thing to do. And for those that I'm telling you that you believe in your coworkers, don't. This week, don't. And there's something happening with somebody that's going to need your help, and it's going to happen fast. But they're not going to tell you all the things that are going on in their life. So be careful with those people, because those people are going to spin yarns. They're going to spin stories because they don't want you to find out the real truth of what's going on in their world. But then they want to link their world to you temporarily, or some of them permanently, but you're not entitled. You're not privy to the truth. I'd say that's a hell no. With a big check mark. That's a hell no. Capital letters, bold, coming at you. That's a hell no. Billboard sign, no. Are you telling me all the truth? And you're going to be able to see in their face. Are you telling me all the truth? And if they look down, look away, stammer, don't know what to say. And then there's those that'll have, they're telling me that'll have such a practiced, rehearsed of what they need to tell you. You're going to know when that's bullshit too. I love you guys. I love you guys. I only tell you what I see. I can only tell you what I see. So I wish I could figure out how to make a better tarot day for you guys. But in essence, it's whatever God feels needs to be heard. For some of you, you do need to reconnect with your children. You know, bygones are bygones, but you do have to be the adult. Don't let them treat you like you're their children. One last word, please. One last card, and I'm just going to pick it out. Wow, I saw the King of Wands again. Gotta be kidding me. I'm picking it up from thin air, as they say. Okay, 2. Guys, y'all saw me shuffle, right? 2 of Swords with the 2 of Cups. I'm telling you, there is someone that is trying to decide whether to leave a situation. Like, is this the time to do it? Is this the time to do it? It's never going to be the perfect time. By the way, cross watcher, it's never going to be the perfect time, my dear Libras. Just take it. Take the risk. Get it done. It's like when you have a bandage. I have a lot of hair. I'm Spanish, so I have a lot of hair. And I remember my mom putting Band-Aids on me because I was a little tomboy all the time. And once they had to pull it off because it was healed, it was like, you know, that kind of thing. So I get it. Pull the freaking bandage off, guys. Just do it. Take the risk. Take that little scab. It'll heal. You will heal. Stop being such a wuss about it. But for the others, if you take somebody back, are they going to tell you their truth? Because that's a betrayal right there. And what I have a problem with is that I keep seeing certain Libras that have gotten with people in the past. So I'm talking about the cross watchers from the past, your person on your mind, as they say, who you took in to your life. You made them a part of your life. You allowed them to come through to you, your life, and to kind of mesh with your life, become some kind of one with you. The very thing that the person that they're with and they keep going back to, for those in triangles, which I hate, unless you're a fucking musician, and that's the damn worst instrument they can give you, especially in choir or band, little triangle. The very thing that they always claim that got done to them, why they can't stand the person they're with, and why they're always trying to leave this person, because they're so mean, because they're ugly, because they're not their friend, because they did this, that, or the other to them, because they betray them. It's the same thing they do to you when they come to you. Have you ever realized that, Libra? The very thing they say they hate about that person that they want to leave, behind, they can't stand because they're fakes, they're frauds, they're abusive. They come to you and they're abusive to you. You try to give them innocent love, real love, heartfelt emotions. And what do? They lie to you, they cheat, they manipulate. They treat you like the same way they're treated at home for the other person. So is it that they're so tainted now that they become the very thing they hate? Or is it that they were both 2 peas in a pod and you only thought they were meant to be with you? If they don't use you as an example in the positive, Libra, and they're not growing and they're not wanting to be responsible for their behavior and make things right, God doesn't want you with them. Because they're only coming to hurt you. For some of them, they're telling me they've lived with the same person that's abusive For so long, they've become exactly like the person. Yet, oh, I can't stand that person. That person's so arrogant. They're so pompous. They're only worried about keeping up with the Joneses. They want to say they have this, that, or the other, and we're Gucci, etc. And then they come around you and they behave arrogant, and they behave like you're supposed to fawn over them. You're supposed to treat them like they're God or a king. Not. That's just not going to happen. You need to wake up, Libra. You need to wake up. Remember, we cannot choose to save anybody but ourselves. We cannot choose to help others that don't want to help themselves. And we can only lead by example. And those people do not want to engage in a proper relationship with us. We don't have any business being around them, much less helping them by letting them live in our home. Think about that. If this person is falling, this is the last part of the message you're telling me. If the person is falling and they've treated you really, really poorly in the past, and you help them, they're telling me to tell you this, Libra. If you help them so they don't fall on their face, they're not going to learn. They're not going to learn. They're not going to learn to stop taking advantage of people, to stop treating people that way, and to stop making the types of decisions that they've made that have led them down this path of destruction, and now they're falling. Let them fall, Libra. Not because you're a bad person, but because God is trying to teach them the lesson of their life. And you are only here to interfere because your love for them will keep them from falling. And therefore, they will not learn the big lesson that is coming. Libra, I love you guys. I wanted this to be gas for your week. All it has been more like is food for thought. Take in, Libra, what it is that you've done right, Libra. What accomplishments, your rightful thoughts and rightful actions, your decisions that you've made along the way that have helped you get where you are now. And how when you changed from thinking like a 5-year-old child who thought he could drive a car or she could drive a car, and you now have license to manage your life the right way, which is nice and smooth. May have a bump here or there, but for the most part, it's smooth. Why would you want? No, let me rephrase that, they're telling me. They're telling me rephrase that. Why wouldn't you want them to learn? You learned your lesson. Don't you want them to learn their lesson? If you love them enough, let them learn their lesson. If you interfere, that cycle is going to continue. And if you thought you were the only one they were going to hurt, they've hurt people before you, and they will hurt people after you because you're not allowing them to evolve. God wants them to evolve. Like I said in the last reading, for some people, this is their 3rd lifetime, 5th lifetime, 10th lifetime, coming in as the same cad or the same gold digger that they've always been. Be careful that you don't try to save someone when they don't need to be saved. They need to change. They need to evolve. I love you guys. Let's do our 3-minute meditation since it's been going so well. And then we'll be done. This is the time when you come together as a collective and you're working on your own goal or dream that you want for yourself. Whatever it is that you need at the present moment, for some it'll be the finances, the capital to open your business. For others, it'll be for starting a new job, for getting a job, for changing your career, for getting a certification, for obtaining your degree finally, finally crossing that stage, right, with your degree in hand. For others, it'll be that you want children. For others, it'll be that you want a really beautiful relationship that is long-lasting, but that is healthy, right? For some, it'll be a house. For some, it'll be a car that you need. All that God asks is that it's not something frivolous and that it helps at least yourself and one other person. And you can say, well, how does it help you? How does it help other people if you buy your own house? Well, Even if you're a single person and you buy a house, you're helping the seller, right? Because they need to sell it to buy something else, or they need the cash flow. And then the realtor also gets something out of it. He does a job, she does a job. You get the message, right? All right, guys, so let's start. See if it'll start. The wick is a little bit short for some reason. Yeah, I gotta change this, the table. I gotta change it out. Okay. So we're gonna start with our screens, right? We have a black screen. You can do what I'm doing. Go along with me. Close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. If you have another person in the room, please ask them to either sit quietly or do it with you. Where two or more are gathered in my name, God says, so shall I be. And that's why we do it as a group. So just one goal at a time, okay? Just one. And you can change them up weekly when we come together if you'd like, but just one at a time. So let's start, guys. So again, me with my eyes closed so I can concentrate. You're going to see your first screen on your left. It's blank, it's black, it's off, okay? You can imagine a TV screen or your computer screen. Whatever it is that you're thinking about right now that you want help with from God, you're going to start bringing that into view onto your screen that's currently off. So start working on your dream. Start putting it together. What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What is it that you're wanting to bring into existence? Okay? Start working on that. Put in the touches. What are the colors? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it comes from or how it comes or when it comes. Okay? I want you to move it to the middle screen, please. Start putting all the finishing touches on that. Okay? Once you're done, now give a couple of you that are still doing this together, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. For those others that are done, I want you to turn to your last screen, which is on your right. And I want you to start extending your hands out with what you've been working with. I want you to imagine someone is starting to walk towards you in the opposite direction. And then you can see that Archangel Michael comes in view. He's coming to collect whatever it is you've worked on. Give it to him with love, because he's taking it to God to be blessed and for it to come into fruition for you. You have to have faith and give it up to God. Guys, I'm so grateful for you guys every week coming here, whether it's 2 of you, 3 of you, 5 of you, 1,000 of you, whatever. Whoever it is that I'm supposed to touch, whether, like I said, even if it's just one person, I've done my job and I've done what God has me here to do. not always will life look like a movie, you know, where everything goes right and everything is so perfect and beautiful. And there's music playing in the background because I don't know about you when I walk, talk, etc. Besides when I have you guys here before me as my audience, there is no music playing in the background usually. It's just me and life. So don't think that your life is supposed to be like a movie that's supposed to be perfect. You are perfect the way you are because you're perfectly evolving every day, every week, every month, every year. You're changing. You're no longer that 5-year-old, are you? Nor am I. Although sometimes I can be a kid at heart, right? We want to joke around, we want to play around, we want to be playful. Or even if you take me to a playground, I promise you I will be the first one on the swing. But that doesn't mean I'm a 5-year-old anymore. So growing up doesn't have to hurt. You can be a grown up and evolve and not have to have a 5-year-old mentality all the time, because that's the only way God can get through to you. You have to grow with God, okay? Because that's what he expects us to do. And your mortality, well, I wish that with a wand I could give you 100, 1,000 years to live, but we don't have that luxury. So don't waste your life. On the other hand, what years God gives you, use them to gain wisdom. Not only knowledge, because I'm one of those that's a scholar for life. I love learning, period, about all subjects, pretty much. But at the same time, you also have to grow in wisdom. And that's what God has been trying to tell the cross watcher through this whole reading tonight. I love you, and I hope that you do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the all bell so you know when I'm on so that you don't miss any readings. This has been very long today, unanticipated, very long, but it's God's time and not mine. Love you guys, and until I think that I do feel a little better. Until the middle of the week, I will reach out again to give a different reading to see if the energies have changed. Sorry did not get to come on this last week. I was really sick with COVID and didn't know I had COVID. But nonetheless, guys, let go, let God. He's the only perfect one. In the meantime, just keep growing, keep learning, and keep stretching. And that's all that's required of you. Love you. We'll see each other again. Bye.